This is NAB Show Live.
I'm Ryan Salazar, and today we're talking about Repack with Keith Pelletier, Vice President and General Manager at Dielectric. How you doing, Keith?
Very good. How are you?
Doing great. It's like an anniversary. Every year we're talking about NAB Show stuff with you. It's an excellent thing. With the Repack period entering a critical juncture, how can broadcasters effectively stay on schedule as they move towards new channels?
I think if you look at where Dielectric is currently today, we have most of the antennas in RF systems and transmission line ordered through phase 10. There's a few of the sales guys that are chasing orders in phase 9 and 10, which is certainly a big step for the broadcasters to make sure that their equipment's on order. The next thing is they need to make sure that they are working with tower crews and have tower crews lined up as tall tower crews at this point are a bottleneck and are struggling to keep up with the pace of product that's hitting the industry. So Dielectric believes, based on our schedule and where we are at with building all the product, antennas, designs, and getting them out the door, we'll be able to get the equipment there prior to the tower crews. So working with the tower crews and making sure that they understand where they are in line is certainly the best thing that they could be doing at this point to make sure they go off without a hitch.
Excellent. All right. So as stations finalize their Repack plans, what operational considerations should be front and center as they look forward, as they look towards ATSC 3.0?
Great question. Certainly, the first step was making sure that their main antenna system for the Repack has elliptical polarization or circular polarization. We have found that 90% of the broadcasters ordering their equipment for Repack had this feature implemented into their product portfolio. So certainly a good step to start. Moving on to the next steps of where they need to be for ATSC 3.0 preparations is they need to be working with their consultants to make sure they're looking at where SFNs may be located, where they need the additional signal strength for mobile devices to make sure they have enough signal strength for the future of broadcast. And then from that point on, they need to be looking at, how are they going to deploy these ATSC 3 systems? Are they going to go into master sites, keep the capital costs down, and go in with other broadcasters, or are they going to do it alone? So certainly doing the planning on where these sites are going to be, and then determining how they're going to implement these sites will be the next steps. As far as Dielectric is concerned, we are currently working on a portfolio for ATSC 3.0. Some of that product portfolio is already fairly well defined and deployed in some of the Repack scenarios. So Dielectric will be ready when the broadcasters decide to take that next step with ATSC 3.0.
Dielectric will introduce a monitoring system at NAB Show. What specific problems will it solve for your customers?
We're very excited about this new development. If you look at monitoring systems, typically you can look at a system and understand if it's under pressure, what the VSWR of the entire system is. But where Dielectric has taken the next step is understanding from a component level, looking at the elbow complex, looking at the transmission line or the antenna, understanding and characterizing what those should look like, and then monitoring them over time. So at some point you can tell if it's a weather event that is going by that's causing the system to look a little different, or is the system starting to degrade. So we'll be able to monitor that over the long term to determine if some field techs or engineers need to be on site. If you look at RF engineers today, a typical RF engineer at a site, they're turning into more of IT guys. So Dielectric will be able to take in that portfolio, be the eyes and ears eventually for the sites, and make sure that the major broadcasters out there have their large investments looked over by Dielectric. So having the ability to look at the component level, understand what it should look like, is very exciting and should take us into the next step as well as the ATSC3 that we discussed earlier.
All right, excellent. It's amazing how the industry is evolving for sure. So now let's talk about the evolution of being a foodie. So when you're in Las Vegas and you want to chill out for the night and have some free time, what restaurants do you like to hit at night, or what cool clubs do you like to go to?
Wasn't really prepared for that question, but actually Las Vegas is filled with great restaurants. You can find everything that you kind of want. The thing that I think we like to do is continue to explore and look for new places. There are a few, like Hugo Cellar in Old Vegas, that we like to go to. But certainly looking at what else is out there, there's just so many options, and the food's pretty good when we're out there. So.
Very cool. All right, I plan on hitting Binion's this year. I heard they have a really great steakhouse. Keith Pelletier, Vice President and General Manager of Dielectric. We're going to see at the 2019 NAB show, booth C2213. That's C2213. Thanks so much.
Absolutely.